Hello everyone, thank you for joining me on this video. Today I want to cover, well, let me first say, for those who know my story or for those who have been in the direct line of fire of narcissistic abuse, it would take someone, again, to be in the direct line of fire to understand the dynamics. So this is why I'm presenting the subject for this video. And it's just advice. Everyone handles it differently, but I found that it has helped many people that I have talked to who understand the dynamics. So it's important to not engage with the enablers, the people that the narcissist recruits into stalking you, gang stalking you, harassing you, bullying you. Those who are believing all the extreme, intricate excuses that the narcissist creates. Those who are enablers, accomplice, recruited, those who have no idea what narcissistic abuse is until you are in the direct line of fire. If you engage with what's called the flying monkeys, the enablers of the narcissist, the ones who help him carry out the delusions, the ones who help him feel validated and present in the world. If you engage and you are attempting to put out all the fires that the narcissist is creating, what this is meant to do is delay you, stop you, make you look their direction. Again, they use society in order to get the results that they want from the actual target. When you engage and you're trying to put out these fires, what it will do is delay you. It will stop your forward movement. It will delay your healing. It will waste your time. Now, it's good to surround yourself with people who actually understand it. You are living in two different worlds, those who have not experienced it and those who have. Surrounding yourself with people who understand the dynamics, who will have empathy and not enable a narcissist, because a narcissist is consistently setting you up for more abuse. Now, it is easier said than done, but after a decade of experience, I'm learning that as you go along, and well, this has helped me years ago, where I've learned this years ago. As you go along, what it's doing is strengthening you spiritually. You're a dangerous person when you no longer care what people think, what people believe, what people are doing, as long as they're not touching you physically. You know yourself, you know what's legit in your life, and there really isn't anything to worry about. The narcissist wants you in anxiety, worried, putting out fires, worrying about what people think of you, what you're being judged on. All those things are 3D base time wasters. This is also allowing you to surrender to higher power what you cannot control. A narcissist is relentless. They have nothing else to do. I can't imagine that someone that spends 24/7, 365 days of a year focused on trying to hurt other people has better things to do. Now, that isn't an insult. That's just a proper assessment. To me, God, higher power, source, loves it when you are putting the trust into something above you, because this is when you are surrendering to the universe, what you can't control. Now, there are certain things you can control, and it also helps you to discern how to pick your battles. A narcissist is consistently creating smoke and mirrors so that you can't tell what reality is for everyone involved. And most people do not want to be fooled. So the narcissist will trigger you, anger you, make you believe that you were being fooled by the target. And this is how he uses your emotions against you. Though it's hard to tell who's telling the truth, some of the ways you can tell is when a narcissist has recruited and he's hoarding all the people in your life away from you. And you, the target, are left alone. Again, which it does build strength. But that's one of the ways you know is that everyone is saving the narcissist. And you're left alone having to strategize, go within, heal, count on God, count on source. Another way you know who the narcissist is and who the target is. It's pretty simple. The narcissist will invade your privacy. They're highly intrusive, nasty people. So they're the ones who are constantly watching you. The ones who say they're watching you. The ones who are trying to find information, collect information, have other people collecting information. Collecting information, this is where they're trying to find something to create a negative, whatever it may be at the time. And they do this consistently, invade your privacy, trying to find something to destroy, who you're talking to, what you're doing that's bringing you a high frequency so they can lower it. And you, the actual target, you don't have audio or reactive abuse. You're not poking the narcissist. The narcissist is poking you. They're poking you for a reaction so they can take that reaction back to discredit you as a certain kind of person. Now, I want to remind people that this has been over a decade of being poked and taunted, and you remain patient. You know what the narcissist is trying to do. But even the strongest person is going to have something to say. Now, after over a decade of being insulted, targeted, your car scratched, your car broken into, your mail stolen, all sorts of things. And I would need a very long time in this video in order to explain the details and the dynamics, things that people don't know. So if I'm not presenting you anything that would cause you to believe I'm invading his privacy, that's because I'm not. I'm not looking for anything to use against him. I have no interest in this person. I could care less what they're saying and doing. But they're paying very close attention to you, the target, trying to collect information. Why would anybody want to do that? Now, it takes logical thinking, critical thinking to really put the pieces together. A narcissist is the one who has everyone in their corner saving him from his abuse towards you, saving him from himself. They create a wolf pack everywhere you go. So there's power in numbers. Now, if you really think about it, the devil needs a legion. God only needs one person. Now, while it appears that the narcissist has everything in your life under his thumb and you have nothing, I want to remind people that when it appears like you have nothing, you actually have everything. And that person that appears to have everything has nothing. And here's why. The narcissist will recruit certain kinds of people. These are not people that will serve you in the first place. And the reason I say this is a narcissist recruits certain types of people. Who are those people that the narcissist recruits? The majority of the time, he is using an individual's personal vulnerabilities. And I think it's very insidious because he's taking advantage of people. A narcissist will use people who are wounded of the heart, those uneducated. Considering that I am a woman and I am dealing with a male narcissist, he will also use men who already have a chip on their shoulder against women. He'll also use what's called pygmies or pygmishas, mammy type of women. Pygmishas are women who want to be chosen. They want to gain the likability of a man. Those are women who will fight for men, literally, hand fist fight for men. A mammy is a woman who always takes the male side. They're saving the male. If he commits a crime, she'll take the fall for it. Basically, these are women who enable men to continue with toxicity. To the point where it's actually stunting the growth of a man who has never taken accountability for his own actions. He will use people who are easily triggered by a sad story, even if it's not true. The narcissist is really good at creating excuses. For example, if you think there was an injustice to this narcissist, for example, he says that, oh, he's just lovesick. For over a decade stalking someone, trying to find someone to unalive you, I don't think that's just love sick. To me, that is mentally ill. The whole being lovesick is an excuse. Anyone who doesn't take the time to heal from something they think they were wronged by is someone who is holding on to the past. And I want to remind people that I never dated this person. There was never a love situation. It was an illusion. The friendship was an illusion. He used our childhood friendship as a way in, catfishing basically. If this narcissist is presenting to people as though this was a relationship, I also want to remind people this person lives 3,500 miles away in another state. This is a person who tried to pull me in, and I have already stated in my very first video that a narcissist will try to force you or con you into caring about them, falling in love, or whatever he's doing to that particular person, gaining your trust. And there are a lot of times they use your vulnerabilities at the time, and I took the time to heal whatever that was he was using. A narcissist will also use those who are heavily grounded in the matrix. Those who are spiritually asleep, those with a chip on their shoulder. Let's say, for example, if you're divorced and they're divorced, what they will do will find a common ground to build a soul tie. Now, that's great when a person doesn't have bad intention and you come together with an understanding. But with narcissism, there's usually a setup, a negative reason why. He will use people who are unsatisfied with life. None of us are 100%, so don't get me wrong. He knows how to find those vulnerabilities. And if you are a miserable person, he will attach to you even quicker because misery loves company. Anything that's low frequency, he likes to attach to. One of the more substantial people he will use are people who have the same mindset and don't even know it. People who may have a high grade of narcissism themselves. A narcissist never, though he will pretend, he never sees the smaller things in life and grateful for it. Things just, let's say, for example, just waking up in the morning, your kids are healthy, the fact that you're not alone, or it's a beautiful day, just anything. Hey, the fact that you just have toilet paper in the bathroom, just simple things you're grateful for. The narcissist is consistently seeing negative. a constant sense of misery. Now, I'm not just picking on a nice guy who isn't doing anything. This has been over a decade of negativity, chaos, insidious actions taken towards me. A narcissist will wait for that moment when you're either speaking on something or you're throwing back the shade. I mean, hey, after over a decade of insults and having hundreds of other people insulting you, actually doing things physical in your life that are an injustice to your life, trying to destroy your stability, your money, your love, your laughter, your relationships, every single thing, and I'm not exaggerating, the narcissist wants to poke at. If you're having a bad hair day, the whole world needs to know it. When you're eating, he doesn't like the way you eat. When you dress, it's all the wrong clothing. Who you're hanging out with, they're all bad people and he's the good guy. I mean, every single thing. Can you imagine living with someone like this? I thank God that is not the case. So the narcissist's biggest thing to use is to use reactive abuse. Now, there's a lot of things that people don't know, things that may go on outside of your home, people hacking into your things, other people who have no idea what's going on, new people recruited in, different things that are happening to you that you don't complain about because the narcissist is looking for a reaction. They're looking to lower your frequency consistently. So many people don't know what's going on in what he keeps calling behind the scenes. The reason everything is behind the scenes is because nothing that he's saying is true. Yet I'm here actually speaking to you directly. Nothing to hide. This is a person who's consistently behind the scenes creating something negative. So using reactive abuse is to consistently change the narratives. If I vent in my home after not taking revenge, I don't need to recruit anybody against him. I'm not interested in getting a reaction, absolutely nothing from this person. So at that very moment, when you are in the privacy of your own home and the narcissist is invading your privacy along with other people, and you want to break your silence, you really don't give a shit what people think. You're going to say what you want to say. If you're invading my privacy, why aren't people questioning, how do you have this information? Instead, people have normalized abuse where they're questioning, why am I saying what I'm saying after a decade, more than a decade of narcissistic abuse? No one is questioning why I say what I say. And if you're invading my privacy and you hear something you don't want to hear, rightfully so, because you should be minding your business. You're obviously looking for something to use against me. So imagine someone invading your privacy 24/7, the tons of things they can use against you, because no one's perfect. I'm not going to be afraid to say what I think of this person. So rather than using reactive abuse and secretly showing it to people, I'm going to make it easy for the narcissist. So it'll be recorded on this video if he needs to use any reactive abuse. I'm going to make it easy for him and state exactly what I feel. Yet all these years, I try to remain positive. I have not revenged this person, and rightfully so. Most people would want to, should have. I just don't want to darken my spirit and become the narcissist, which is what demons are trying to do. They want you to be bitter. They want you to be angry. They want you to be as miserable as they are. Again, I'm not just picking on a nice guy. And this is not a longevity of something I have done in the past. I'm finally speaking my mind. breaking my silence. So if you hear an insult that he is forwarding to you while invading my privacy, I think it's better to ask, why does he keep doing that? Because I'm not gonna stop defending myself. And that's what he wants, for you to spend most of your time wasted doing that. But I think this is more so to help other people out there who are experiencing narcissistic abuse. Now, you have to pick your battles. You need to remain in your peace, but speak your mind. So making it easy for the narcissist, I'm just going to do that. And you can use this video if you like. So this way you don't have to record any audio using reactive abuse. Because in fact, the narcissist is the one who has said many heinous lies about myself, my family, my friends, my actual life, who I am as a person, spiritually, physically, everything. Nasty insults throughout the years that I have ignored, whether it be online or through other people affiliated in my life. So again, making it easy for the narcissist, instead of using reactive abuse, I would like to say, I think the narcissist is a very nasty, lonely, miserable person. There's nothing that I like about this person because they haven't showed me anything to like. So, you know, I could sit here and say the nastiest things about this person and create negativity within myself. But at the end of the day, I don't want anything to do with this person, and I never will have anything to do with this person. I do not find this person attractive, and most people want a person they're attracted to. The narcissist uses his looks for pity. The narcissist will use my looks and say that I think I'm all that I think I'm special, yet I'm not doing anything extra. This is what narcissists do. They hate women. They hate beauty. They're jealous of anyone who is happy with themselves, even if you're not so attractive. Now, here's the thing with chosen ones. We do not see looks when you're showing a genuine heart. The first thing we see is how you treat us, how you treat people spiritually and in the 3D. So at first, when we meet people, we don't see them as unattractive, even if they are. But the minute that ugliness from the inside starts to show on the outside, we begin to see the outside. So a narcissist pretty much sabotages himself, because if you're presenting and faking a good person, a kind person, that's who we see first. We don't care about looks in the beginning. But when that inside is extended on the outside, we begin to see everything as a whole. I don't think anyone who knows that someone is trying to unalive you is going to consistently be kind. You're setting yourself up. I'm not doing anything negative to this person. He's creating many stories, heinous stories. So for those who are expecting me to treat this person kindly, or a matter of fact, I don't live with this person. I don't live around this person. I'm not doing anything to them except speaking in my own home, which should be private. So since it's not going to be private, you're not going to hear what you want to hear. Most people do not know the longevity and the nastiness to what this person has extended towards me. So I beg to differ that people are dismissing the fact that he's intrusive, that has been abusive, and this person is trying to unalive me. Does anyone see the distortion? This is how abuse is normalized throughout the world. Because these type of men are everywhere, just unaliving, abusing women, children, and even men who don't comply. So hopefully people are understanding what I'm saying here, and even if they don't, this is for those who are in the direct line of fire. And hopefully this will give you some understanding as to you do not owe the narcissist any kindness. He has not given any to you. Unless you are not thinking for yourself and the narcissist is navigating your life for you, then he loves you to death. Even then, he doesn't like you. He's setting you up. So again, my advice is to not engage with those recruited, because that is meant to delay your forward movement. Heal, find your joy again, move on with life. Yes, you can talk about it because that's part of healing. Again, to make it easy for the narcissist, I think you're a very nasty person. The reason why you may be alone is because you sabotage yourself. And within sabotaging a narcissist, when they sabotage yourself, they're trying to get you before you get them, because in their mind, they already know who they are. And they know that you're going to leave due to being mistreated, due to the toxicity. They already know this. So they get you before you get them. Now really think about that. They sabotage themselves all the time. All narcissists do. They overplay their hand. Some people say narcissists get away with things. No, they eventually sabotage themselves. They are the ones who find themselves completely alone on their deathbed because everyone has given up. They cannot hear you. They have an alternate reality. I'm not just smearing a nice guy. I didn't make this up. And I'm only speaking on it now after decades of being attacked. So with those things being said, I was going to really go in and rip a new hole in this person so that he can use it instead of using reactive abuse, for those who know what reactive abuse is. But I'm going to leave it at that. I appreciate anyone who has taken time to listen to any of my videos. I really like to get more in the spiritual aspect, the things that I have learned and the healing that I have done. And again, I've always been this kind of person, and I think that's why the narcissist targeted me in the first place, because I'm comfortable in my own skin. I had to learn to be. And as a chosen one, again, we really don't hit the ground from the time we're born as hard as people would like us to. That's why people hate us for no reason. They either love you or hate you. They can sense that you're comfortable in your own skin. They know you're plugged in. No matter the struggles you've been through. I mean, I've been through some crazy things, and a lot of it no fault of my own. And that gift that I've been given to heal, to transmute, and to alchemize. Because God has a purpose for me, and I will not deviate. I didn't ask for the gift, but I'm liking more and more who I am, and I'm going to move forward with my gift, with my purpose. It's not something I do every day and set out for, but as you navigate and live normally throughout your life, it comes into play. Those who are supposed to heal, those who are supposed to gain from you in a positive way will, and those who are not won't. Maybe it is not their time. So for those who made it this far in the video, thank you for being patient. Thank you for your critical thinking. And if you've extended anything positive towards me, prayer or whatever it may be, I truly appreciate it. Thanks for joining me. Like and subscribe.